Hi and welcome to Take Time to Create. This is where we take time out of our everyday lives to create new and wonderful things. We're working in the Brooklyn Art Library sketchbook today, and as you can see, I'm flipping through previous pages that I have already created. I will put a link in the upper right hand corner, the I link, and I will show you to the playlist of all of the other ones. And so here we are to this blank page. Oh, I have one more back here too. I have the space shuttle bird. So we're going to work in the middle page right here. So let's prep the page. Let me show you what we're going to use. I have this cat, this Egyptian cat, and I cut it out of this calendar, and it's a 2004 Egypt calendar. And let me show you the back page right there. That's what it looked like, but it was, this size, but that's the one I cut out. So that's my focal point, is the kitty cat. I have some butterfly wings we're going to put behind her. And I also have the Egyptian eye as well. So we'll be using that. And that came from this little image as well. It was in here, one of these, but it was actually this one. So I went ahead and I cut those out because I wasn't exactly sure how I wanted it all to work out. So I just cut those out, and then we'll assemble it all together. But first things first, let's put some paper, some book pages in the background. All right, so before we start, we're going to use some matte Mod Podge, and I'm just going to rip the pages in random order and just kind of adhere it all down like I usually do, but I really like how it's looking with these backgrounds. I really am enjoying the way it's all turning out, so we're just going to keep doing that. And I did put some pattern instruction pages in between so I don't leak onto the other pages. So yeah, just use your Mod Podge. We'll go ahead and do this. And then once it's dry, we'll go ahead and paint. Is the next step. But this is first step, Mod Podge. Lots of Mod Podge. Seal it all over. And then we will move on. So yeah, let's get started. Oh, and this is the middle page. And so what I want to do, because as I'm working, you can see that I have the string in the middle there, and I'm just going to take a piece of washi tape. It doesn't matter what washi tape, and I am just going to straighten it out, flatten it down. I am going to trim it a little bit, make it a little shorter, but I'm just going to leave it. I'm just going to flatten it out with the washi tape so that it stays, and I'm going to leave it. It's going to add a little bit of texture, but I'm not worried about that. But I just really want to make sure it stays, that it's well adhered. And yeah, just like that. So now that's down. Let's finish out, and let's add all this paper. And you'll still see the very center, you'll still see the string, but I'm not worried about it. We'll just paint over it a little bit and it'll just be part of it. So that's what we're going to do. Yeah, let's just get started. So this is all dry now. The Mod Podge is completely dry, and so now we're ready to add some paint to this page. I have some Arteza paints, and I'm going to start with pearl, turquoise, and gold. This is from their metallic set. And I really like these paints. If you'd like to see my review, I will link that up in the iCard. And so you can see what I think of them, but I do like them. Spoiler alert, I do like them a lot. You know, I'm going to add a tiny bit of Pearl Glacier Blue as well. And that's just on the inside, and I'm just adding just a teeny tiny bit. A little goes a long way with these paints, and I'm just going to swirl them around just to kind of get a blended look. I'm going to add a little bit more on the outside of the lighter blue, maybe a little bit more on the inside too. All right. Okay, so now I'm going to add some gold. Well, everything is still wet. I am going to get a fresh brush, but I want to just put gold on the outside and kind of have a border around with another color. We're going to blend these together, and this is just going on the outside. I'm not doing the middle, but I'm just doing the outside border. Just like that, don't overwork it too much. And so then we just kind of blend in. We've got the gold border because I think that'll go really well with my Egyptian themed page here. Let me dry it, then we're going to add some white speckles. So I just have a little tile right here, and I'm just going to add a tiny bit of pearl white and some water. And then I'm going to take some bronze and make some bronze splatters as well. And it looks just like this. I'm going to dry it, and then we will start adding on the collage pieces. All right, so I have my focal point, which is the cat here, and I'm just going to use Mod Podge, and I'm going to go all the way to the bottom because I have nothing to add to the bottom, but I've got things to add to the top, so I'm not going to go all the way to the edges or the very, very top. I can slide my brush in underneath, and so that's what I will do. And I'm going to put the cat right on the edge here. I want to be able to still close the book, but she is going to live right here. All right, so now we're going to add the wings. Now this wing, we have to be really careful because we need to be able to bend the book, but I don't want to ruin the wing. So I'm going to give it a little bit of a bend already. I might need to cut this one down the center of it just to allow the book to bend and fold properly, but we'll have to see how it works when it's dry, and then I will let you know what we have to do. But because the Mod Podge acts like a really thick glue that might prevent the book from closing properly, so we'll have to kind of play it by ear. So I have these little pieces here that I cut out from the eye. That's this little piece here that kind of dangled down, the makeup piece. So we're going to stick those on kind of like antennas. And then we're going to stick the eye on as well. And we're going to... It might go over the edge, but that's okay. I might have to do some trimming. I might scoot it down because the dimensions of the book, you can't go over the edge. So we're going to scoot them down so that they stay. Just like that. And then we're going to take the eye, just one eye, right there in the center. Cool. Okay, give everything a good coat of Mod Podge so that it all stays well adhered. Make sure all your edges have Mod Podge. And then I'm going to dry this, and then we're going to go to the final steps. So I'm using the Tim Holtz Small Chat, is it called? Small Talk. And I am going to use the quote, "You are capable of becoming more than you realize." And I'm actually going to cut it in half. And I'm going to take a little bit of Mod Podge and spread it over the quote so that it really stays adhered. I just want to make sure that it doesn't come up. Just make sure all the edges are really well adhered down. Now I have some Prima Marketing water-soluble oil pastels. And you know I love these, and I use these all the time. And I'm just going to take dark brown. Take dark brown and put it on the ground here. Anchor my cat. Take a tiny bit of water on a brush, and I'm going to leave it pretty dark because I want to really anchor that, but I'm just spreading it around, and I'm just going to fade it out going this direction here, just like this. There we go. She is all done. I really love how she turned out. Isn't she cute? I love it. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell so you know when I post new videos. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and on my blog. All the links are in the description box down below. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys next time.